Good evening, everyone. This is Gracie from Gracie Investigates. Thank you so much for joining me again. So, unfortunately, that City Council did pass the zoning change in Cincinnati. And what's very disturbing about it is most of the people were against it, and they still passed it. They had 3 yeses and 3 no on the City Council. And they just blew over the majority's wants. And they just, I'm kind of speechless over this a little bit. I mean, not really, but so wrong. It's so wrong. And they're pushing this stuff down, ramming it down people's throats. You know, they use these buzzwords like connected communities, and they they act like they care about people. So it says residents from 51 different neighborhoods formed the Coalition for a Better Cincinnati. They wrote a petition protesting the changes and spoke before the meeting outside City Hall. People did not want this, and they pushed this through. This is not just Cincinnati. This is not just one state. This is all the states. And it comes from not even the federal government, I don't think. I think it comes from the elites. Um, this is just totally unacceptable. They want to create more housing, it says, and it also is very interesting. It's very telling that they throw these words. Okay, it's not about any other public policy goal other than creating more housing. All right, stop right there. That's a complete sentence. Investing in our neighborhood business districts for supporting our public transportation, which Cincinnati really, they don't have a rail line like Washington D.C. and the surrounding area. It's not like there. People can't just go and jump on the line. So they have to take buses, which adds like an hour onto your commute. And not to mention, I don't know how safe those buses are. I don't know what kind of people ride those buses. And what if someone works 2 jobs and they were very, very tight on time and they have a car and they're in one of these community, like connected community cities, and now they're going to eventually not have cars in there. They start out with one thing and they'll say something, but it's all a pack of lies. You just see they blew over the wishes of the people. Cincinnati really needs to elect some new council members, get rid of the 3 that voted yes for this, because this is not good. So they said it's not about any other public policy goal other than creating more housing. That should have been the end of it. But no, they're investing in neighborhood business districts for supporting our public transportation and making long-term changes to protect our environment and our climate. There you go. That's the part. They're not thinking of the people. They're thinking of the environment and the climate. It's the green agenda. This is much bigger than just Cincinnati. Is our I'm envisioning, this is what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to build these and then they're going to put like a quarter of a mile away a parking lot to make it so inconvenient for people to have cars and own cars. People are not going to want to have cars. But like I said, Cincinnati has a huge problem. They don't have a good, the metros is the buses are all they have. They don't have good lines of travel. And what if someone wants to go on vacation? Well, then guess what? You're forced to rent a car. What if you want to go see your aunt or whatever in Cleveland? You're forced to rent a car. It's just going to drive prices up. And they say they want to save people money and make this low income housing. Low income people don't have money to rent cars when they want to go do something. And they have every right to own a car. Everyone has the right to own a car, I believe, and to have freedom of movement. And they're trying to take that away. and they're more worried about, they want to protect the environment and the climate. Well, that's coming from the World Economic Forum, which is on their 2030 agenda. They're going to lock us up all in like zoos, and we won't be able to touch the green space. We won't, they might designate a little bit of green space in these locked up cities, but this is how this is starting. Cincinnati is going to have beginnings of a 15-minute city. It's not going to be like full on, but they would talk about building these mixed developments in there. It's like, what exactly does that mean? Because right now I thought we were talking about housing. What else are they wanting to build in there? They don't say. They don't give you that information. They just want the power to do whatever it is they want, and to hell with the people, to hell with what they want. And I am so against this. This is not right. Yeah, the legislation is now set to become law. They just, yeah, they just cut through the red tape so developers can build more middle housing units like duplexes, townhomes, and small mixed use apartments buildings. What does that mean? Mixed use. I've never heard that term before in, like, instead of saying like small apartment buildings. When they say small, they mean 120 square feet like per person. They have singles, doubles. The square footage on this may differ a little bit. Maybe it's lower. Maybe it's 100 square feet. Can you imagine being stacked one on top of another, having like the size of one room? That's your apartment. That's your house. That is where you live. No green space. It's, you know, and it's, think about what they did in China. They locked people down, and they welded them into their homes, welded the doors shut on the Chinese people, let them starve to death. They didn't care. You know, they were jumping out of windows and stuff. What's going to happen when the next pandemic happens? What's going to happen when we get these up? That 2030 agenda, this is nothing but trouble, people. Nothing but trouble. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm 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 very disappointed at the council members. Although I knew it would happen, I just don't think it's right that it happened. Um, so yeah, it's a mess. It is an absolute mess. Okay, so I just want to talk about this. So a 3-year-old was stabbed to death in an Ohio grocery store. A 32-year-old Cleveland woman is behind bars for allegedly stabbing in the parking lot of Giant Eagle in North Olmsted, a stabbing that left a 3-year-old dead and his mother injured. What what causes a person to go off the rails and stab anybody? Okay, but evidently this person walked into like another local store, like I don't know, it was a food bank, food pantry, whatever, next to them, and was walking around in that store where they were, and past them with a butcher knife, and then follows them out to the car and attacks the little boy when he's sitting in the cart. Like, he was stabbed like in the face and another part of his body, and unfortunately he didn't survive. And you know, mom survived, but mom's life has changed forever. How do you go on with your child being, you know, killed, murdered? I mean, and listen to this. I'm going to stop it right there because I don't need to show you the whole video. If you want to see the whole video, you can, watch that. But this kind of stuff has been happening. They haven't gotten a statement from this person. Evidently, she has chosen to lawyer up. And I had not seen this one before. I just wanted to see. There's not a lot of stuff on this yet, and we don't have like a witness we don't have a statement from this person who did this, so we don't really know 100% what's going on. But it totally reminds me of the guy who recently chewed someone chewed someone's eyeball and ate an eyeball and one of his ears, and then when he was arrested said he was possessed. And then there was a woman who recently called 911 using another person's cell phone and said that she was afraid she was going to harm someone. She was carrying around a knife, and she wound up being shot and killed when the police got there because she lunged at them. And I don't know what's causing the possession. I have a theory that the jab leaves people open to possession, but I'm not 100% sure of that. That's just how I feel about that. I'm going to do more investigating, and I'll try to find out. I'll bring those stories to you and try to find out about what maybe, could those jabs for the cough have left people as like open vessels. This was a new kind of technology. This was a new type of a brand new technology, and they had to be like cryogenetically frozen to be able to administer these things. They didn't have like a stable shelf life like your traditional meds. It's not like your MMR, measles, mumps, rubella vaccine, where it's like like a powder and you remix it. It's just mixed with like normal saline, whatever, and it wasn't like that. These things had to be totally temperature controlled. Why would something need to be temperature controlled like that, cryogenically frozen, to be able to administer it to someone? That cannot even be good for the body, in my opinion. Of course, this is all my opinion, but I just think there's more going on there than we're being told. And I just kind of wanted to make everyone aware of that. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on, going to be talking about. And I really appreciate all of you tuning in. I appreciate all of my subscribers. Love you guys. And I'm really feel blessed to have people feel like I have something interesting to say, and I will always try to do my best, and hopefully the content will be interesting and you will feel like you want to hear it. So if you like it, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing, and we will wait for more to come. You guys have a great Sunday night, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, there are no coincidences. Thanks for watching Gracie Investigate. You guys have a wonderful night. Bye.